So, how long have you been teaching?
I have been teaching, I think, for 25 some odd years.
Um,
A long time. Starting when I
have
was 25 and I'm almost 50, so about 25 years.
have you taught anywhere other than AL?
I have. I taught in western Nebraska, way up in the Sand Hills. I've taught down in Missouri for a couple of years. And then I spent a long time at Utah Cooper Village, about 10 or so years there. And I've been here for, I think, I don't even know, 9 or 10 years.
Where did you go to college?
UNL, University of Nebraska Lincoln.
How did you become interested in teaching?
Um, I think I took some education classes. Well, actually, I think in high school I kind of did some things where we would go into some of the elementary school classes and do like a little lesson for them in our child development classes, and I really enjoyed like planning the lesson or something. We did something on going to the dentist or brushing your teeth for little kindergartner or preschoolers. And I really enjoyed that. And then when I was in like art classes, I would help the freshmen and stuff with their stuff, and he would let me run some classes. And then he would send me over to the elementary and stuff and teach them how to do stuff with clay. So probably high school. And then college, I didn't declare for quite a while because I really wasn't sure. But then I took some of the classes for education and just enjoyed learning about how people learn and how they learn best. So
What do you find most challenging about teaching?
I think nowadays it's how to make it fun and interesting and help them get out of their seats and talk and stuff. Because I feel like, especially with English, there's so much in our curriculum right now, so much writing that they have to do and reading they have to do, that it's just not one of those subjects where it's like, oh, let's go do a lab or let's go cook something or let's get up and walk around. And especially with the longer class periods, sometimes I feel like it's hard to get them up and moving and making it more interesting and exciting. That's what I struggle with kind of on a daily basis, I think.
What do you find most rewarding or positive about teaching?
The students, like I really enjoy getting to know the students and building those relationships and helping them through difficult, curriculum and stuff like that.
If you could change anything about education, what would it be?
If I could change anything about education, what would it be? I think more time. I always feel like if I just had more time, I could do so much more. So I don't know where that time would come from. Like time with the kids, and then time on planning, and then time to grade. I don't know. I just think like there's so much to do. I always feel like if I just had more time.
What's the best advice anyone ever gave you?
The best advice anyone ever gave me, I think it was control what you can control. I mean, recognize that kids are going to go home to hard lives, or they're going to leave your classroom, and you can't get, I don't know, like all enmeshed and upset about that, because there's just so much you can't control. But what you can control is from the moment that kid comes into your classroom, what kind of a day that they're going to have there. And so I think that really helped me a lot, especially when I taught at Utah Holly, and those kids really came from some hard times. And you can really sort of burn out really fast if you don't kind of focus on what you can control.
How has education changed over the years you've taught?
Common Core has been a big change. Just getting down to standards, and I think it's cut out a lot. But it's added a lot of good things too. So I think definitely.
What's the best advice you could give an inspiring future educator like me?
Aspiring future educator like you. Well, there's lots of changes coming down the road with the legislation. I don't know if you're aware of that. So definitely make sure it's how you want to spend your whole day. Because I think when I look at anything as far as employment goes, you have to look at, do you want to be inside all day? Do you want to spend all of your time grading papers? Are you wanting to spend all of your time with high school kids? I mean, really look at how you're going to spend your whole day and recognize that you're not going to make any money. I mean, absolutely. So it has to be like for me, for so many years, I didn't even equate what I was doing with the paycheck. I was all like, oh, this is what I do all day. And look, I get a paycheck at the end of the week. Isn't that nice? You know, it's kind of like it wasn't about the money for me. And so it really has to be, you kind of have to have a calling for it. Like it's what you need to do. So that's what you do.
All right.